The Israel-Palestine conflict is a deeply rooted and complex dispute with historical, political, and cultural dimensions that have evolved over centuries. To understand the conflict comprehensively, it's essential to explore its origins, key events, and the ongoing struggles that continue to shape the region. The land that encompasses modern-day Israel and Palestine has been a crossroads of civilizations for millennia. Ancient Canaanites, Israelites, and Philistines inhabited the region, and it was subsequently ruled by a succession of empires, including the Egyptian, Assyrian, Babylonian, Persian, Greek, Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman empires. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the modern conflict began to take shape. The rise of nationalism across Europe inspired various ethnic and national groups to seek self-determination. For Jews, this meant the pursuit of a homeland in Palestine, driven by both historical connection to the land and the growing sense of anti-Semitism in Europe. This movement, known as Zionism, sought to establish a Jewish state in the region, which was predominantly inhabited by Arab Palestinians. Following World War I, the Ottoman Empire was dismantled, and Palestine came under British control as part of the League of Nations mandate. The British Balfour Declaration of 1917 had supported the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, causing significant tension with the Arab population who had been living there for centuries and were seeking independence. During the British Mandate period, Jewish immigration increased, leading to rising tensions between Jewish and Arab communities. Violence erupted in the 1920s and 1930s as both sides clashed over political control and national aspirations. The Arab Revolt of 1936 to 1939 was a significant uprising against British rule and Jewish immigration, which was met with severe British repression. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a partition plan to divide Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international city. The Jewish leadership accepted the plan, but the Arab leadership rejected it, arguing that it was unfair to the Arab majority. The plan led to widespread violence and conflict between Jewish and Arab communities. On May 14, 1948, David Ben-Gurion declared the establishment of the State of Israel. The immediate reaction from neighboring Arab countries was military intervention, leading to the First Arab-Israeli War. The war resulted in an armistice in 1949, with Israel expanding its territory beyond the UN-proposed borders. The conflict also led to the displacement of a large number of Palestinians, creating a refugee crisis that remains unresolved. The 1967 Six-Day War was a pivotal event in the conflict. Tensions had been mounting as Arab nations, particularly Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, prepared for military action against Israel. Israel launched a preemptive strike, capturing the Sinai Peninsula, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights. This rapid victory significantly altered the geopolitical landscape. The occupation of these territories, particularly the West Bank and Gaza Strip, became a central issue. The international community generally considers these territories to be occupied, and their future status remains a core point of contention. The UN Security Council Resolution 242 called for Israel's withdrawal from the occupied territories in exchange for peace, but a final settlement was never reached. In the 1990s, there was a renewed hope for peace with the signing of the Oslo Accords. These agreements, initiated through secret negotiations in Norway, were a landmark in the peace process. They resulted in mutual recognition between Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, and the establishment of the Palestinian Authority, PA, to govern parts of the West Bank and Gaza Strip. However, the peace process faced numerous challenges. Violence, such as the Second Intifada, 2000 to 2005, and political disagreements undermined the negotiations. Key issues, including the status of Jerusalem, the right of return for Palestinian refugees, and the borders of a future Palestinian state, remained unresolved. The political landscape continued to shift with the election of Hamas, an Islamist political and militant group, in Gaza in 2006. This led to a rift between Hamas and the Fatah-dominated PA, resulting in separate administrations in the West Bank and Gaza Strip. The subsequent conflicts between Hamas and Israel, including several wars and frequent skirmishes, have resulted in significant casualties and further strained the relationship between the two sides. The blockade of Gaza by Israel, which began in 2007, has had a profound impact on the humanitarian situation in the Strip. The blockade, aimed at restricting Hamas's ability to import weapons, has also severely limited the flow of goods and services, exacerbating the economic hardship for Gazans. International involvement in the conflict has been extensive, with various countries and organizations attempting to mediate and propose solutions. The United States, as a key ally of Israel, has played a significant role in peace negotiations, while other countries and regional actors have also sought to influence the outcome. Despite numerous peace initiatives and negotiations, a final resolution remains elusive. The international community has proposed various plans, including the two-state solution, which envisions an independent Palestinian state alongside Israel. However, political realities on the ground, such as ongoing settlement construction in the West Bank and divisions within Palestinian leadership, have complicated efforts to reach a lasting agreement. The conflict has had a profound impact on the lives of both Israelis and Palestinians. The ongoing violence and instability have led to significant loss of life, economic hardship, and psychological trauma. The cycle of retaliation and mistrust has made it challenging to build lasting peace and reconciliation. The quest for a just and enduring resolution continues to be a major focus for international diplomacy and humanitarian efforts, reflecting the deep-seated and multifaceted nature of the Israel-Palestine conflict.